as well as learning about areas where we can collaborate, cooperate to advance our mutual interest of developing the agricultural economy, as well as strengthening the economic development. Here in Senegal, the government is very focused on agricultural development. In 2014, they came up with the National Action Plan that they hope will strengthen the agricultural sector, boost income, increase employment, as well as help develop certain products that they can produce, consume, as well as export. The total amount that the government allocated was about 125 billion CFA. This is a multi-year action plan, and most of the areas that they hope to support include peanut, cashew, cotton, fruits, and vegetables. Senegal is, well, relative to their neighbors, is actually one of the one of the largest population in the area, about almost 14 million people. However, they produce a lot of peanuts, which they consume locally as well as export to mostly to China and European countries. They also produce cashew, cotton, fruits, and vegetables. Those are the primary products that are produced in Senegal. The United States government, USDA, USAID, and State Department work very closely with the government of Senegal to advance their economic plan to develop the country. Senegal also is a key partner with the U.S. in terms of supporting regional peace movements. They're a member of the ECOWAS country, and so they also benefit from a lot of benefits that accrue to the NAFTA, the free trade agreement that we arranged with ECOWAS. One of the challenges, though, is that in the agricultural sector is exporting to the U.S. is a little bit difficult because under our AGOA trade preference, fruits and vegetables had to meet certain requirements. Right now is a little bit of a big challenge because only processed products, fruits and vegetables, can be exported from not just Senegal, from the region to the U.S. But they are working very hard to ensure that they can meet those requirements so they can export fruits and vegetables to the U.S. And my colleagues at the concession as well as our USAID offices are working collaboratively with the government to see what we can do, how we can help to enable Senegal to be able to produce fruits and vegetables to export to the U.S. Then Côte d'Ivoire is also one of the countries covered by my office. Côte d'Ivoire is also one of the countries in the region that's relatively stable. They went through a very tumultuous period, but right now the economy as well as the political situation have stabilized a little bit, and we hope it will continue to remain so. They produce cacao, which also they export. Actually, Côte d'Ivoire is the largest cacao producing country in West Africa, if not in the world. That is their major primary product that they produce and export. Recently, the government of Côte d'Ivoire announced about 45 billion CFA to promote industrialization as well as boost economic growth, including the agricultural sector. So we are hopeful that this plan, which we believe will spur economic growth as well as help develop certain sectors in the economy, will enable Cote d'Ivoire to focus on certain cash crops, that they can produce, export to the U.S. as well as other countries, and take advantage of the African Growth Opportunity Act. Major products produced in Cote d'Ivoire include cacao. They are number one producing cacao product in the world, and also they produce a lot of coffee, palm oil, cashew, and cotton. Those are the key primary products that they produce in Cote d'Ivoire, and they export as well to other countries. Mali is another country we cover. Mali has faced a lot of challenges. However, the country is very resilient. They continue to persevere and focus. They also are now focusing on how they could develop the agricultural sector. The major industries in Mali that support the economy include mining, agricultural sector, as well as some, in the agricultural sector, cotton. They produce a lot of cotton. They produce cashew as well, and they also produce fruits and vegetables. We are also very active in Mali. USDA, USAID are trying to help the Malians develop the economy, develop the agricultural sector, so that they can export some of their products, consume some of their products. And we believe that if they can export their products, generate revenue, they will diversify their food basket in terms of having the resources to buy local products, buy imported products as well. So sometimes when we in the United States hear that America, the government, or American people are helping to support other countries' agricultural economy, most people tend to believe, why don't we focus on our country? Why are we sending these monies to other countries to help develop the economy when we have some areas in the U.S. where there are much needed assistance? Now, if I could just mention in the early 40s, when France was struggling during the Second World War, France could barely produce anything to support their economy, or let alone to feed their people. But the U.S. came to their rescue. Through food aid, we supported France, and they were able to go through the rough years. And now France is a major ally. They produce a lot of products, they export, the economy is strong, and yet the U.S. is still the number one agricultural producer in the world. So when we tell people we are helping these countries to expand their agricultural production, people tend to think, wait a minute, we have a lot of needs in the U.S. But what we have learned from history is that when we help other countries develop the agricultural sector, the economy in those countries grow, people have more income, they have more disposable income to spend, including importing agricultural products from the U.S. So economically, it's a very sound policy for us to continue to help these countries strengthen their economic sector, to grow their agricultural sector, produce more, export more, and more, and then they can also import our products. Because U.S., as the number one food producer in the world, we need a market because we overproduce. We produce a lot of products, but we need export markets. And the only opportunity we have to ensure that we're able to sell our products is that we create, import or export from outside markets around the world. Okay, let me just briefly mention Burkina Faso, which is also one of the countries that we cover, is a relatively very small country. Their main focus is they produce a lot of They produce cotton as well, a lot of cotton. They also produce fruits and vegetables, but not to the scale that are produced in Cote d'Ivoire and some other countries. Cote d'Ivoire also has gone through some relatively tough time, but USDA is very active in Cote d'Ivoire, trying to help stabilize the economy, working very closely with the government to improve the agricultural sector as well. So we believe that as we support agricultural development in the region, we will produce partners who are able to support their sectors, agricultural sectors, produce more, export more, earn income, and import U.S. products. With that, I know we have other speakers as well, so I give my time.